What's up, everyone? Corey Parks again. Wanted to show y'all a video of a situation that we run across more than you'd think. This is a situation where a customer was having a lot of issues in their crawl space. We recommended a full, complete fix for it. Not sure on this one whether it was their budget or just that they didn't believe it needed as much as it did, but we ended up having to come back a year later to do basically the same amount of work as we did the first time, and we could have saved this customer's quite a couple $1,000s if we'd have done it all the first time. But I'm going to quickly walk you through this. Again, here's a condensation line. You see that water standing there. That water is making its way back into the crawl space. You got to get your condensation lines. You may think it's a slow drip, but it adds up over time. Get them lines away. There's another picture of it. Scroll through these pretty quick. So here we are installing our drain system, digging our sump pump hole. This crawl space is fully underground. You can see the staining on the wall back there. You can see the staining on the wall here. We told them they needed a full encapsulation. Again, I don't know if it was budget issues. This crawl space had some structural damage too. I don't know if it was budget issues or what, but they just chose not to go with it. You can see a nice, wide, deep trench there. Our guys really done a good job on this one. I'll fast forward a little bit. So there you can see our sump pump basin sitting in, plenty of gravel around it. We actually had to improvise a little bit of the way you get into this crawl space. So all this gravel, so any water that comes in up here can kind of filter and then get in our drain system, which runs right here. We actually ended up extending that condensation line as well, getting that away from the house. Just want to show y'all. So here's some mold and some structural damage. Some mold here. There's some structural damage. I think you can see that crack there. And again, this crawl space is about 3 foot underground. So here's kind of the end of it. They opted to go with a 6 mil moisture barrier. Again, we tried to advise them a different route on this, but ultimately they make the final decision. It's their house. So ended up being a good job. You can see some new wood through here that we actually ended up putting in. Some new floor joists. I think we had a little bit of band work over here. So I told the customer, I actually remember this one very well because I was the one speaking with the customer. Told them, hey, you got to get a dehumidifier in here ASAP. This was right at the beginning of winter. They unfortunately did not listen to me, and we come back to do our annual maintenance, and we had more structural damage, and we ended up having to do a full encapsulation. So again, you can see some structural work we did here. Back out, kind of fast forward through this a little bit. So went back out. Again, this is on the annual maintenance. Insulation's falling. Water coming in because this crawl space is fully underground. So I think y'all get the point now. High humidity in there, no dehumidifier. So I think you get the point now. So we ended up talking to this customer, telling them they got to go with a full encapsulation or they're going to keep doing this. So here we are starting that full encapsulation, getting the walls wrapped, getting the dehumidifier set in. Sump pump there. Exit line for the sump pump. And this is the final view of it. So again, this was the correct fix all along. Please really ask whoever's coming out. A lot of companies come out, first thing they do is recommend encapsulation. Most foundation companies, if your budget allows, is going to recommend a full encapsulation. But there are certain instances where full encapsulation is absolutely needed. And so you got to talk to them, find out, understand why they're proposing what they're proposing, what the alternatives are, what the pros and cons stuff are like that. You also have to be careful. A lot of companies out there are not proposing the crawl space encapsulations just to have a lower price point to get their foot in the door with the customer. But what you'll find is later on down the road, you're probably going to run into some issues similar to what this customer did. So really do your research, do your homework. Learn about the crawlspace encapsulation, what the benefits are, what the pros and cons. Really, in my opinion, the only con would be the cost. But again, you're protecting your house, so you have to make that decision on how much that is worth to you. But if you have any questions about this, again, this is a unique situation. Give us a call, 704-813-9554. You can shoot us a message, leave us a comment if you have any questions. While you're at it, hit the subscribe button so you can see more like this. We're trying to educate everybody on crawl space and basement and foundation repair, waterproofing, stuff like that. So until next time, y'all have a good one.